A cold night breeze drifted through the half-open window. In the quiet solitude of a dimly lit bedroom, a laptop lay on the bed, its glowing screen illuminating the face of a young woman lying on her elbows. She had long, straight, raven-black hair cascading down her waist. Her large, captivating Mughal-style eyes sparkled like moonlight, set against skin as smooth and pale as porcelain. This was Haya Suleiman. Haya's index finger slid across the touchpad. A click, and a new web page opened. Suddenly her finger froze. Her dark eyes widened as her gaze locked onto the text. Her heart skipped a beat. The email that had landed in her inbox just 15 minutes ago was about to change her life forever. Sitting up with a sudden jolt, she reached for her phone in the side table and frantically dialed a "Hello, Sarah," Haya squeaked in a hushed, excited whisper. "Listen, you won't believe this. We've been selected for the Erasmus Exchange Program scholarship by the European Union. I'm going to Sabancı University in Turkey." Both friends could barely contain their joy, but Haya quickly brought up one crucial detail. Sabancı University had a strict ban on headscarves and hijabs on campus. For Haya, however, this wasn't an issue at all. She didn't wear a hijab anyway. Her father, Suleiman, had always granted her complete freedom. As the night wore on, the two girls spun grand dreams of their upcoming 5-month adventure in Istanbul. After hanging up, Haya walked barefoot toward the kitchen. Her long black dress accentuated her tall, elegant frame. She opened the fridge, grabbed a glass bottle, and poured herself some cold water. As she reached for the glass, something on the kitchen counter caught her eye. She froze. Resting right beside the tray was a stunning bouquet of fresh, blooming white roses. Beside it lay a sealed white envelope. Haya picked up the bouquet, bringing it to her face. The enchanting, fresh scent filled her senses. She picked up the envelope. Her name, Haya Suleiman, was neatly written on top. She tore it open. Inside was a thick, plain white card. In the center, 3 simple English words were printed. "Welcome to Sabancı." Haya's breath caught in her throat. What kind of joke was this? She had only received her official acceptance email 15 minutes ago. Yet the postal stamp on this courier package was dated from a full day before. How could a complete stranger know she was going to Sabancı University before she even knew it herself? The sweet fragrance of the white roses suddenly carried a chilling aura of mystery. The next afternoon, Haya went to Jinnah supermarket with her cousin Aram and her friend Sarah to shop for her cousin's Dawar's upcoming wedding festivities. Inside a high-end shoe store, Haya was eyeing a pair of golden high heels. When the attentive salesman knelt down to help her put on the shoe, Haya snapped coldly, "My hands aren't broken. I can put them on myself." Moments later at the checkout counter, the young cashier held out her change in a way that would force his hand to brush against hers. Sensing his intention, Haya expertly snatched the paper bills by the edge, leaving the coin in his palm. "You can drop that coin into the charity box right there," she said smoothly, walking away. Sitting alone in her car in the parking lot, Haya waited for Sarah and Iram. The winter chill was settling in, and dusk was casting long shadows across the pavement. Suddenly, a shadow leaned right into her open car window. "Tommaso dicendo, hello, my lady." A heavily made-up face leaned disturbingly close to hers. Bright red lipstick, gaudy eyeshadow, and flashy clothes. It was a transgender individual who introduced themselves as Dolly. A suffocatingly strong perfume wafted off them. Panic surged through Haya. She frantically tried to roll up the window, but Dolly thrust a hand into the gap. "Don't be scared, sister. I'm your friend." Overwhelmed by fear and disgust, Haya took her cup of icy slush and splashed the freezing liquid straight into Dolly's face. "Hello, my lady." Dolly recoiled in shock. Haya slammed her foot on the gas and tore out of the parking lot. Glancing into her rearview mirror, she saw Dolly standing quietly under the shadow of a tree. They weren't angry, nor singing. They were simply staring at her receding car with a cold, unreadable expression. A shudder ran down Haya's spine. That evening the entire extended family gathered at Uncle Furkan's house for a pre-wedding dinner. The house was buzzing with laughter and music. When Haya finished getting dressed and opened her bedroom door to leave, she gasped. Resting against the door frame was another bouquet of white roses and a sealed envelope. The note inside read, "I hope you have a wonderful dinner tonight." Haya felt a knot tighten in her stomach. Who was tracking her every single move? Later during dinner, Haya walked near the dining hall and overheard a heated conversation between her father, Suleiman, and her eldest uncle, Furkan. Hiding behind a tall house plant, she listened intently. Her father was discussing a marriage proposal for Haya from his wealthy business partner's son, Walid. Uncle Furkan cut in, bewildered. "Suleiman, what are you saying? Haya's marriage was already solemnized 21 years ago to your sister Sabine's son, Jahan. How can you forget her official nikah?" Haya's heart stopped. Married? She was already married? Suleiman's voice turned bitter. That was 21 years ago. Jahan Sikandar is the arrogant son of an arrogant father. He grew up in Turkey, doesn't speak a word of Urdu, and couldn't care less about Pakistan or us. I will not ruin my daughter's life. I am filing for a court annulment so Haya can marry Walid. Haya's face turned pale as paper. All her life she had been legally married to a man she had never even met. A man named Jahan Sikandar. Her dream of going to Turkey, the mysterious stalker sending white roses, and now, an unseen husband. Haya's life was spiraling into a web of secrets she was only beginning to unravel. Who is behind the mysterious white roses? Will Haya make it to Turkey? And who is the enigmatic Jahan Sikandar?